So guys, welcome to another video. For today's video we're going to be changing the thermostat on this VAUXHALL CORSA SXI 1.4 CORSA D. So, if you guys have seen the previous videos, we changed the air filter, we put some new lights in it. I also got the timing chain that was done off camera, so that sounds a lot more sweeter now. I will show you guys that after. We've also got a new water pump installed on it when the timing chain got done. So today now we're going to install a new thermostat because we've had a few issues where the temperature keeps rising and we're cruising over 104, which is quite hot, especially for this car. We should be cruising between 95 and 104 at max, so that should be in pressure. But at the moment I've noticed that when we're cruising we're hitting up to about 124 degrees, which is quite hot for this car. And as soon as that happens, once you hit that number 4 at 124, that's it. You're going to have all that pressure start blowing water out your water bottle. Your water light's going to come on. It's not good for the engine. What that's telling me is the thermostat is stuck closed and not open. If the thermostat was stuck open, then you're going to have all the heat running straight through the thermostat into the radiator. It's going to take the car a lot more longer to warm up. So in this case, I'm pretty sure the thermostat is stuck closed, and because of that, that's why it's a problem at the moment where we're overheating and there's no water getting into the radiator. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly jump into this now and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Let's get on with it. So this is the thermostat. This is where your water pump is. As you guys can see, we've got a nice new shiny water pump on here. We've got a new timing chain put into all the camshafts and everything like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thermostat off. We're going to loosen up this hose, take 1, 2 and 3. I think these are E8s. We're going to take these 3 screws out. Once those, I'll say nut screws, whatever you want to call them, we'll take those 3 out, loosen this hose, pull this hose off. Water will drain through from the water pump and maybe from the hose, all depending obviously what the situation is. I don't think we're going to I don't think we will get any water from the hose, just because at the moment I'm pretty sure it's stuck closed. So that's telling me there's no water feeding into the radiator. So we'll just soon see what happens. We're going to take those off, 1, 2, 3, hose off, and we'll change that now with this new Starline thermostat. Take the old one out and then we'll go from there. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by loosening these 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. Loosen 1, 2 and 3 like so. Once we've loosened them, we've cracked those screws, we're going to get these lovely little lifesavers, some hose clamps. I'm going to take this little clip off of the hose like so. Then we're going to loosen this up like so. These ones I'm going to try and do simultaneously. You wouldn't have to, but at the moment I don't be taking any chances, just because this cat is my baby. So I don't really want to end up causing any damage. So I'm going to take these off one by one. There we go. There's 2. And then we've got number 3 like so. Go, just like so. On this, as you just seen, that's quite loose actually, so just wiggle straight off that. Normally this could be a little bit tighter, it could be stuck, so you might have to just give it a little wiggle and then pop that off like so. So there we go, we've got the water which is running out of here. Don't worry too much about that. It has got new coolant in, so like I did mention, I'm quite happy with this. So we're going to take this one off this hose like so, and we're going to see what happens. And okay, nothing came out the hose, so that just shows there's no pressure from the radiator. So by looking at this, I think I could be about right. So just like this. Now this is the new one that we have got. I have test fitted this one to the car, so I am quite sure that it is this, but at the moment, as you can see, this is the new thermostat. This is the old. You can tell, you know, straight away that this one is quite used. It's a bit old. It's not looking the best, you know. It's not in the best condition. This one's really springy, easier to press. So we'll just see what happens. I'm pretty sure this is the problem and this is the culprit. So let's put this one back on, old one out, new one in, job done. So just like so, we're gonna get this, put this new thermostat over the housing. We are going to clean this housing up before we do install this straight away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly get some blue tissue. Use the blue tissue paper. We're going to just clean up around this housing. Make sure there's nothing in it. Make sure we're looking all clean. Don't want anything that could damage the car to fall back inside it. That's the last thing we want. And then make sure this is a nice clean seal. So what we're going to do now, we're going to wipe around this like so. There we go. Which is looking better already. If you are wondering what this blue stuff is all around, it's just sealant. This, you know, normally you can use, well, you would normally use this in all cases, but at the moment I don't have any sealant, so it's not really a big worry. You know, it's not as if it's going to damage the car by not using it. You know, it's just something that they advise. But if you haven't got any, don't worry too much about it. But you know, if you are concerned, I would advise going out to go and get some. But for me at the moment, I'm not too bothered. I can put some sealant on it at a later date. But for the sake of this video now, I'm just going to put this all on to seal it all up for you, as I'm going to show you. So we're going to also clean just a little bit of the inside of this hose here. I'm not sure if you can quite tell, but there's only a little bit of gunk around there. So we're just going to give it a quick little wipe around inside that. Just going to get, you know, rid of some of the gunk around that, just so we're not going to be putting junk straight into our new thermostat. So just like that, it'll all look good here. So we're going to push this onto here like so, just like that. We're going to get our 3 lovely little screws. With these, you could clean them up with these nuts, screws, whatever you want to call them. You can clean them up either with some WD-40 or whatever. So you know, it's entirely up to you. At the moment, I'm not too worried. I'm just going to quickly show you guys and get this video done with you. What we're going to do now is put these in here one by one. We're just going to do these up by hand for now. I'm not going to do them too tight, just to get some guiders on. We've got one down here like so. There's the 2. And then we have the one more up right here now, which is 3. So I'm going to put 3 straight into this hole like so. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. By all means, guys, this is not a tutorial. I would not say, you know, I would not call this a how-to video. I'm just showing you, you know, what I would do. And you know, by all means, I am not a qualified mechanic. I just like my car. So if I think I can do the job, I'll have a go. So yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. So of course you got it, right? Of course you got it. But right then, guys, it's quite funny actually, because we actually never had a name for this channel for a while. But yeah, what we're going to do now, we're going to tighten these up, not too tight first of all. We're just going to get them so they're just 2. Pardon me. What we're then going to do is, once these are now just tightened up just to where we want them, we're now going to get this hose back on, and then we're going to torque everything up then a lot tighter. I haven't got a torque wrench, but I'm going to do them not too tight, like not over tight, but tight enough to the point where it's not going to fall off or blow off under pressure. So just, I've got to be honest, if you haven't got a torque wrench, just use a little bit of common sense and you'll be okay. So we've got this hose all clipped up like so. Now we've got to get these last 3. Now we're going to tighten these up now up to a reasonable amount. So we've got 1 here. We don't want to over tighten them to the point where we click them and we snap something. That's the last thing we want. Here's 2. But we do want them tight enough to the point where it's not going to cause a leak, not going to blow off under pressure, and you'll be okay. So we're going to do this one more time on these. 1, and that's okay. 2, and 1 more. There we go. As you can see with this one, we had quite a bit more play. So 1 more time. 3. I think that's it. There we go. So we're now all tightened up on these. We'll just give them a quick once over Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And I am happy with that. Yes, happy days. So we've got our hose all clipped up. That's around the pipe nice and tight. We've got our new thermostat. We've got our new water pump. We've got the new timing chain. What we're now going to do is make sure this water bottle, which we're going to go over here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to come up to this water bottle. We've lost quite a lot of water, so at the moment we are like very low down in the bottle. You know, we've lost water, we have drained some of it out. So what we're going to do now, this car has already got some antifreeze in it. So what I'm going to do now is, there won't be any pressure in this because we have had the hose off on the radiator, so there won't be any pressure within this water cap. So what we're going to do now, this bottle is now empty. This here is an old antifreeze bottle, but it only has water in it. I've labelled it, I haven't mixed them up. This is pure water. And this little baby is actual coolant, antifreeze, whatever you want to call it. This is that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some more water in and then antifreeze. Well, put more water in and then we're going to put a little bit of antifreeze on top just to give it a bit of a mix. This car does normally have a 50-50 mix, but at the moment it's got an awful lot of antifreeze and not a lot of water, I've got to be honest, because the garage topped it up with pure antifreeze, which I wasn't too happy about. So yeah, that happened. But what we're going to do, I'm going to put a dribble of this in here like so. Put this at the bottom like so. So we have just came up to the bottom line under here. We're not up to our mark point yet, which on this car would be just below this line. So we're not onto that mark point yet, but we've got some water in. Now we're going to put a dribble of anti-freezing, well, coolant, whichever one you want to call it. We use a screwdriver to poke a hole in it, and then we can pour this pure antifreeze in here like so, and we're gonna just bring that up to the level which is about there. So just like that. That's what we're gonna call there. Let's just see where we're at. We're just below the marking still, so we're gonna put a dribble more antifreeze in. Let's go a bit more to there. Happy days. There you are. We're still losing our coolant at the moment because it is still draining through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the car up. We are going to need to bleed the system slowly. We're going to check for leaks as well on this side, which we ain't got no leaks at the moment. We're nice and tight, we're solid, and that's what we want, and we like that. So we ain't got any leaks on the thermostat, we haven't got any leaks from the radiator or the water bottle, anything like that. We're looking good. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going to start the car up. I'm going to also try and bleed this radiator also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you guys over to this side of the engine, show you where the bleed key is, just in case, because you might end up with cold heating after changing the thermostat, all depending on what the situation is with your car. So let's jump over this side of the engine. This screw is the bleed screw for the radiator. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the cap off this. The car is cold, as you know, so just one quick advisory, make sure you do this when the car is cold. Do not do it when it's hot. You can see that bleed screw down there for the radiator, and that's just going to relieve all the air and any air that has caught up and built up within the radiator. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set you guys up, and then we're going to just loosen that up, start the engine up, and then also let this drain through. This will drop down, you know, there will be coolant coming from the water bottle back to the water pump through the thermostat. The thermostat should open up then when we hit around 90-95 degrees, and then we should be good to go. We're going to hopefully get any air out of the system that could have and may have built up throughout the time of the period of this thermostat being stuck closed or stuck open, and I'm pretty sure it's be stuck closed, which I did show you guys earlier on previously in the video. So let's start it up. And she is. So like I mentioned previously, the water bottle will end up dropping slowly. But what I'm going to do now, as the engine's running, with a nice long screwdriver through the hole, straight down to the bleed key, and get on top of the bleed key, top of the bleed screw, and we're going to slightly loosen this I'm going to slightly loosen this just until we see a little bit of liquid comes through the top of here. So if I quickly zoom in for you guys, see about here. Yeah, so if you guys look carefully onto this little screw here, like so, where my finger's pointed, this is where we're going to let a little bit of liquid out through the radiator slowly, which will be the coolant, or the antifreeze or water, whatever you want to call it. That's what's going to come through here slowly. So watch how it comes out slowly, and then we're going to close it, loosen it, closing it, just to get the air coming out of that, and hopefully we can get rid of any bubbles or air that has built up throughout the engine. Just like that, how the water comes out and the coolant comes out. Now we're going to tighten out slowly. Loosen that up again. All the bubbles will start to come out when you get rid of any air, just like that. And now you've got a solid coolant coming out. That's what we want to see, is a nice little steady stream of coolant just coming out of there, like so. We're going to tighten this back up. And that's pretty much the system bled. That's simple, that's straightforward, and that's job done. We've still got the lid off the water bottle, but we are going to put the lid back on this water bottle like so. We've lost a little bit more coolant. We're going to give this a slight top up, not a lot, only a little drop, just because I have lost a little bit more from when I did release that bleed clean. Make a mess, why don't I, Josh? Yeah, there. So a little bit more. And there's the mark. So just like that, we're on our mark. We're now going to close this up. Now we're going to let the engine build up with some pressure. We want this water bottle now to start getting under pressure and build it all up, which will then give us the temperature gauge on the inside. So just like so, there's your system bled, there's your thermostat changed, you've bled your system, you should have nice hot heating, you've got some topped up antifreeze, coolant, water, anything that you have put in your car. Make sure it is a 50-50 mix, otherwise you could damage your engine with pure antifreeze. And if you've got pure water in the winter, your car will ice, the engine could seize, you could crack a block, you could do a lot of damage to your engine. So don't do that. Make sure you always have antifreeze or coolant within your car. That is a mandatory. Make sure. So what we're going to do, yes, I know we have got a flashing fuel light. I know, guys, we haven't got fuel yet, alright? Give me a minute, bear with me. What we're going to do, we're going to turn the engine off. We're going to turn the ignition back on. There's our water light, which will come on with all your other lights on the dash. But what we're going to do, we're going to bring up a secret menu for this, guys. We're going to press this 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it on the 4th press. So we're going to hold that, oops, without me pressing the indicators. We're going to keep holding this now until all these clocks on the dials change by here. Like so. Now we're going to press it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so, we're up to 83 degrees. This is our water temperature. So if we start the car up again, we've got 85 degrees and we're on tick over, which is, you know, this is normal. What we're going to do, we're just going to check the heating. And if I turn the heating on to us so we can feel it a sec. The heating is currently cold a sec, just because obviously the car hasn't warmed up. Now we're up to 88 degrees. We do want to build this up to about 95 degrees, and then at that point, then that's where, you know, we'll be able to make sure that the system has been bled. But what I'm going to do, I'm also going to re-bleed the system again by loosening that bleed key. And you might have to do this a few times until your system is nice and warm. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to put you all through that same trouble. And what I'm going to do is make sure that, you know, you guys do it. I'm going to do it off camera. But yeah, So guys, just like that, if you guys did enjoy the video, hope you guys did actually find this video useful. I've got to be honest, like I said, I am not a mechanic by all means. This is not a how-to video. This is just what I've tried to do, and these are my solutions. So, you know, I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Go and check out the previous videos. We did install this air filter and all these other cool little things, like these LED lights we got on the front and things like that. And we also did have a nice big fail, so go and check that video out also. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Go and check it out. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. See you guys later. Don't forget, of course you got it.